You know that perfect cup of coffee you need to start your day? Well, chances are you're paying way too much for it. We all see those prices going up and up. But here's the real question. Is it possible to get a better cup of coffee for less money? The answer is a huge yes, and we are going to break down exactly how you can do it. Sound familiar? I mean, who hasn't had that moment? You're just staring at the grocery receipt, kind of in shock, wondering how you got stuck in this super expensive cycle just for your morning coffee. Yeah, it's a feeling a lot of us know. Well, the answer to that question is a definite yes. And in this explainer, we're going to show you exactly how it's done. We'll break down the simple math and, the really surprising perks that all come from making just one tiny little change to your morning routine. So what are you actually paying that premium for when you buy pre-ground coffee? It's all about convenience, right? It's fast, it's easy, but that convenience has some serious hidden costs. And I'm not just talking about money, I'm talking about flavor. Okay, let's get right to the heart of it, the economics of coffee beans. We're going to look at the actual numbers and see how whole beans really stack up against the pre-ground stuff. And trust me, the results are probably going to surprise you. Okay, let's just start with the big, splashy headline number, $72. What is that? That is the minimum amount of money a typical household can save every single year just by switching from pre-ground to whole bean coffee. And like we're about to see, those savings can actually get way bigger. So here's the breakdown. If you've got that pre-ground habit, you're looking at around $360 a year. Ouch. But just by switching to regular whole beans, boom, you instantly put $72 back in your wallet. Now look at that next line. If you buy those same beans in bulk, that savings jumps to $120. The math really is that simple. The easier the coffee is to make, the more you're going to pay for it. Okay, I can already hear you thinking it, but wait, don't I have to go out and buy a grinder? And yep, you do. But here's the thing, try not to think of it as just another expense. It's really an investment. And as you're about to see, it's an investment that pays for itself like crazy fast. When it comes to choosing a grinder, you've basically got two main options. On one side, you have the blade grinder. It's cheap. We're talking $15 to $30, and honestly, for casual drinkers making a standard pot of coffee, it gets the job done. But if you're a true daily coffee lover and you're chasing that perfectly consistent cup every time, then a burr grinder is a massive step up in quality. All right, now for the most important part, the payback. Remember those savings we talked about? Well, based on saving just $6 a month, that basic blade grinder pays for itself in just 1 or 2 months. Seriously. And even a really good mid-range burr grinder, you'll break even in just 2 to 4 months. After that, every single month, it's just pure savings in your pocket. So we've pretty much proven that grinding your own coffee is cheaper. The numbers don't lie. But you know what? Money is only half the story here. The real game changer, the big transformation, that happens right there in your cup. And it all boils down to one simple word: freshness. Get ready for this number, 50%. That's roughly how much flavor potential your coffee loses within just 30 minutes of being ground. 30 minutes. Why? Well, grinding the beans exposes all these delicate aromatic oils to oxygen, and they just start to break down almost immediately. So that bag of pre-ground coffee you bought, it lost the flavor battle weeks, maybe even months before you ever opened it. And this timeline, this just shows you how fast that quality nosedives. Look, on day 1, pre-ground coffee is still pretty good. But then, check out the drop-off. After just a week, it's only fair. By 2 weeks, it's rated as poor. And a month later, very poor. Meanwhile, the whole beans are still going strong. Grinding right before you brew means you get that excellent flavor, that peak freshness every single time. Okay, so at this point, you're saving money and you're drinking ridiculously flavorful coffee. What could be better? Well, a grinder gives you one more thing. Think of it like a coffee superpower. And that power is versatility. It unlocks a whole world of brewing that was completely off limits before. All of a sudden, with just one grinder and one bag of beans, you are the master of your own little coffee bar. You want a big, bold French press this morning? No problem. You just need a coarse grind. Using your trusty old drip coffee maker? A medium grind is what you need. Feeling fancy and want a rich pour-over?
go for a fine grind. You are no longer trapped by that one-size-fits-all grind that comes in the bag. You're in control. The case is pretty clear, right? Grinding your own is cheaper, it tastes 1,000,000 times better, and it gives you so many more options. So if you're feeling ready to finally make that switch, here are a few simple tips to make sure you do it right.
Okay, here are your smart shopping strategies. First off, try to buy in bigger quantities. You'll almost always get a better price per pound. Pro tip right here. Look for subscription services from your favorite roasters. You can often get a nice 10 to 20% discount. Next, always check the roast date on the bag. Fresher is always, always better, so you want something roasted in the last couple of weeks. And finally, you got to protect those beans. Store them in a cool, dark, airtight container to keep them fresh.
So there you have it. The truth about coffee costs. It really is a choice between overpriced convenience on one hand and affordable, amazing quality on the other. This isn't just about saving a few bucks anymore. It's about finally getting that rich, aromatic, truly flavorful cup of coffee that you actually deserve. So the only question left to ask is, what will be in your cup tomorrow?